What's up, world? Welcome back to episode 3 of my vlog. I am Vivia, and I'm so glad that you chose to come and watch. I am really excited. This episode, I'm going to be sharing a little bit about how my relationship with food has been. And of course, going to give you a recap of how my week had been, what challenges I was able to endure. So let's get started. Looking back, when I was a little girl, my relationship with food was kind of like I treated it like a reward, something that I went to when I was happy, when I was sad, and things of that nature. And I mean, even when I would leave school, one of the first things I would ask my mom to do was take me to Dairy Queen. And most of the time she told me no, but sometimes she would indulge me and go. And some people might listen to that and be like, your mama should have known better. Stop. Don't play my mama. Because at the time, my mother just wanted to see me be happy. And when you're a little kid, you begging for something that you really want. Your parents want to try to do for you when they can, they do. And so I don't fault my mother at any way, shape, or form. If anything, I'm even more grateful for the lesson that I'm able to learn from her. But I always resort to Dairy Queen. That was my boo. You give me a Blizzard with some Oreos and caramel. That's my love, okay? And that was what I realized was the issue. You see, food can be addicting. And I've heard it said that sugar has either the same or very close to or maybe even higher than the molecules that create the stimulation of crack cocaine. Now, crack is whack. I will agree. But sugar be having me feeling gooder. And I knew that when people started to say that, when test results started to show that I believed it, I could see how that is the truth. The only thing is, when it comes to food, we have to have food, but it's about the choices that we make, right? Everybody has an addiction of some sort. Some people are addicted to drugs. Some people are addicted to alcohol. Some people are addicted to sex. Some people are addicted to people. Some people are addicted to actions of pleasing people and things of that nature. And a lot of times, sometimes, depending on the addiction, you can't really see what a person is addicted to. Even smokers, you may not even be able to tell somebody is a smoker, but that might be their addiction. And some addictions, majority of them, you can live without. But a person does need to have food. Now, yes, the Bible does say that man cannot live on bread alone. Hallelujah. For the most part, you do need to have some type of food, preferably healthy food, to be able to live. And a lot of times when people have that addiction of food, in some cases, not all overweight people have this issue of food addiction, but some do. And a lot of times people automatically equate when they see an overweight person, they think, oh, they must be eating a bunch of food, this, and that, and the third. I am not one of those people that, had an issue where I was eating 10, 20 Whoppers or Big Macs or whatever you want to call them in a sitting. But I would do good during the day, and I'm still working on this. I'd do good during the day, and then at night it would be kind of like, where that hit at? That's bad. Help me, Lord. I would be looking for that ice cream. I'm looking for them brownies. I'm looking for them. Where they at, I need a hit. Even if they weren't really good, it was something about the rewarding idea in my head that I created, like, oh, it'll be better if I just eat this, if I just have this. I recognized that I had, early on, like even in my 20s, I started to recognize I have an unhealthy relationship with food. And that is something that's challenging to overcome. But one day, somebody introduced this book to me. It's called, you might not be able to see this, I'm going to put the description in the box. But it's called Made to Crave, Satisfying Your Deepest Desire with God and Not Food. And in the book, it talks about we are made to crave, but we're made to crave the desire to please God because we come from God. We are God in that capacity because God lives within us. You gotta do your own research, get to know the Lord for yourself. It resonated with me, and it helped me to see that all the times that I would turn to food when I was sad, turn to food when I was happy, turn to food to try to satisfy me, I needed to work more to turn down my plate, turn down the desire to go get the ice cream, the brownies, whatever, and turn to God and ask him to help me and heal that craving and show me what it was that I really was desiring and that he really wanted for me to have in my life. And this is a process that I'm constantly still working on. I'm not going to stand up here and act like I got it all figured out. I'm still learning. I'm still reading. I'm still revisiting this book. I'm still revisiting my word from God and learning what it is that, and listening to him, learning what it is that he has put inside of me and developed for me to be able to have and do. When I have those cravings, rather, I have to ask myself, well, are you really hungry? Or do you just think that you want this and it's going to make you feel better? Most of the time, it used to be where, no, I'm not really hungry. I just am feeling a longing for XYZ. And I'm thinking that this is going to fix that for me. And it's not. Because like some people who indulge in their addictions, afterwards, in some cases, people will feel guilty, or they'll still feel that emptiness. They'll still feel unfulfilled. And for me, a lot of times that was the case. I might have ate something that I really thought was gonna hook me up. Now, don't get me wrong. Most of the time, in the midst of it, it'd be good. But in the end, I'm like, dang, why did I do that? Now I have strategies where I know how to kind of purge and cleanse myself of that. But I have to catch myself because it's a cycle that is broken, has to be broken, and I'm constantly checking myself. And in a world where you do ideally need food to survive, having to constantly make those choices, which aren't always good. I'm not going to sit up here and act like it's easy to always choose to eat, celery and hummus when I might really want chips and salsa, which is not bad, but sometimes if you like overdoing it, it's bad. Or really want me some guacamole and chips like I want right now. You really have to just ask yourself, is this the best choice for me, or is there another choice that I can make? And I'm constantly working to do that. I also have learned to do other things that kind of offset when I do make choices that don't work, and I'll cover that later on in my vlog series. But today, I just wanted to kind of tap into the beginning roots of recognizing the truth of that I did and have had an unhealthy relationship with food, and that I had to start, and I have to constantly check myself and ask myself, what is it that I'm really craving? And 9 times out of 10, it's something that only God can fulfill, not any brownie, not any ice cream. So that's a little bit about my past. Let's fast forward and talk a little bit about today. This week I challenged myself and I did Aqua Stand Up, which is basically kind of like a cross between having Pilates and surfing and core workouts and stability and balance workouts and HIIT as well. But I have been swimming, and I love doing things in the water. I'm drawn to water, and I saw this when I was in the YMCA one day, and I was like, oh, what's that? Let me try it. Now, I saw the video, and I was like, I don't know if this is really something I can try. But here's what I know for sure. Danger is real. Fear is a choice. And so I knew that I was afraid, that I knew that I needed to give it a shot because there may have been something in it. So I went to the class anyway. And even just getting up on the board, I was like, I think this might not be a good idea. I think I can't do this. I was telling myself I couldn't do it. And I was very tempted to get out of the water and just be like, you know what? Y'all just do the class. I tried. No, I kept pressing. I kept working to get myself up on the board, and I'm still feeling it right now. But I was able to push myself up on the board, and they have a series where you have to stand up on the board and work on your stability, and I didn't get to that point, but I was able to do a lot of the Pilates and some of the core and upper body strength workouts that were happening there in the Aqua Stand Up class. And I'm so glad I challenged myself to do that. I'm looking forward to doing more challenges because even though I'm not able to do it yet, yeah, why not be able to be a surfer one day? Why not me? Now, some people might be like, I don't really like water like that, and that might not be your ministry. Water is my ministry. I love water. And I like the idea of, if you think about water, water literally goes with the flow. You can throw a rock at water, but it's not going to be like, oh, You threw a rock at me. How can I be water forever? No, water is going to be like, oh, you throwing rocks? Watch me wave out here. Throw some more rocks. And it literally just flows over the rock. And oftentimes the rock sinks. But you think about the power of water. We need it in our body. We need it to be able to function. And water can also drown a man. There's so much power in water. It's just looking at the ability to flow in the elements that God created. And I want to be able to flow with what God has for me. And so I desire to be more like the water so that I can flow in the way that God is moving. Because I ain't trying to miss what God got flowing. You know what I'm saying? Give you guys some pictures of me doing the Aqua Stand up. I'll show you some pictures right here. And I'm also going to put a link to the Made to Crave book in the description box below. You can check it out. You can give me some feedback if you've read the book, if there's any other books that you've read that have actually been really beneficial to either overcoming an addiction to food or an addiction to something else that you were dealing with. I'd love to hear about it. Also, if you want to challenge yourself this week and join me in that idea of challenging your body to do something you never thought your body could do, let me know what that is. If you want to try Aqua Stand Up Board, that's cool. Or if it's something else, join in with me with the challenge. You can DM me on Instagram at Queen Vivia. I'll put a link in the description box as well. I appreciate you guys joining me on today, episode 3. God bless. Have a phenomenal week. For those who believe, it is Resurrection weekend, and I'm super excited about that. I'm grateful for the greatest love of all, and that is the love of God through his son, Jesus. God bless y'all. I wish you all the best this week. Take care.